So very likely what will happen as soon as the polls close in their respective areas is that we will have 6 new progressive champions in the House tonight. So you might recognize the first one. It's Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. So this will be part of the first wave. She defeated, of course, Joe Crowley, who's a Democrat, who was the number 4 Democrat in the House, and he was part of this, what I would call the establishment wing of the Democratic Party. He raised a ton of money through corporate lobbyists. Ocasio-Cortez was corporate PAC free. She's a Just Democrat. She had a stunning victory. You've probably heard about it. Now, the others, I'm not sure you have. If you watch the Young Turks regularly, you might have heard of most of them. But if you haven't, here are the other victors from today that will happen. Rashida Tlaib in Michigan's 13th district. She was slated to be the first Muslim American woman in Congress ever, except for the fact that it'll be a tie because Ilhan Omar from Minnesota's 5th district will also win. The reason I say that is because all 3 of those are in very, very blue districts. In fact, all 6 are. Rashida Tlaib was in John Conyers' old seat. He obviously stepped down, and she won that in a very tightly contested primary. But again, no corporate PAC money, Justice Democrat. Beat her establishment Democrat opponents to win that seat. Ilhan Omar taking Keith Ellison's seat, same exact situation, Justice Democrat, no corporate PAC money. And the fact that she was not corrupted made a giant difference in that victory. Ayanna Pressley in Massachusetts' 7th district ran against Capuano, who was a good progressive, but did take corporate PAC money. People preferred the uncorrupted candidate. So that is 4 Justice Democrats that are going to win tonight. So Ayanna Pressley will also win. That's her right there. Now, 2 other victors that were not just Democrats, but also wonderful progressives, and ones that we've talked to you about before. Deb Haaland in New Mexico's 1st district. She will win tonight, and she will be the first Native American woman in Congress. That might also be a tie, but she's pretty much guaranteed. And then Jahana Hayes, Connecticut's 5th district. Told you about her very early on. Yet the same exact story in all of these. An upstart progressive challenger to an establishment candidate, and people did not give her a chance. She's an incredible fighter, Jahana Hayes, and she won as well. Now, it just so happens that those 6 that are guaranteed victories all happen to be women of color. So they thought it might be the year of the woman. It has certainly started that way. And so that is, in a lot of ways, what scares the Trump voters. So to us, that looks like wonderful diversity. That looks like America. And to the Republican voters who vote for Trump, that looks like a new face of America they are not comfortable with. But whether they're comfortable or not, here they come.
To many Democrats, the best way to take on Trump is with a sort of a middle-aged businessman, very business-friendly, former Republican who switched parties recently.
That's right. Yeah. Again, Ryan Grimm at The Intercept wrote about this. The ideal candidate, according to the Democratic establishment, he's reporting on it, right? He talks to the Democratic consultants, lobbyists, congressional leaders. They love people who are business owners, who are veterans, former Republicans, and the cherry on top is if you're a former prosecutor. So that is their go-to move. Now, what they never ask is, what's your policies?
Right. I mean, I'm all for. There are groups recruiting veterans to run. I'm all for veterans. I imagine that I'm for the veterans who don't want to make other veterans, right? Which and of course there as we've seen now. Hopefully there'll be a lot more prosecutors, because as we've seen lately, there've been some really good prosecutors elected who are rethinking what it means to be a prosecutor, and I would be very happy if down the road those people entered Congress.
Well, Wesley Bell beat McCullough in St. Louis in Missouri. And he's a wonderful prosecutor, and he's actually going to look out for everybody in that community. There's some great prosecutors out there that are going to do criminal justice reform. Veterans, prosecutors, all businessmen. Christine Hallquist could be the first transgender governor in American history in Vermont. She's a former CEO. Okay, so. But do I care that they're a CEO or a veteran or a prosecutor? No, I care about their policies. So, hey, I'm a veteran means nothing to me. hey, I'm a veteran who's gonna fight for you means everything to me. So, I mean, you saw, of course, you guys know how much we care about Richard Ojeda. Why do we care about him? It's not even his policies are the most progressive. I've said that 1,000 times now. It's that he has a fighting spirit and he's a populist. Now, he's a veteran who doesn't mind fighting back. They challenged him because he doesn't want as many wars. He's got 16 medals. And he went and did an ad where he said, I got my friends who I went to war with who didn't make it back, I got their names tattooed on my back. You're gonna challenge my military record? He's like, no, I'm gonna fight. I fought for this country and I'm gonna fight for you. How dare she, Carol Miller? Okay, I love that ad. That's a veteran I love. It depends. What is your policy position? All 6 of these women won because they ran uncorrupted and really strong progressive.
There's an interesting, Harley Ruda is the guy running against Dana Rohrabacher in the 49th District of California. And Harley Ruda is a businessman. He moves his arms super awkwardly, right? When he says he was been a Republican almost all his life. He gave money to John Kasich in 2016, right?
I know.
Now, that said, he said he's the only Republican he says he's voted for lately because they're friends and he gave money to him. It's a little tough to believe, but he claims to want free tuition at public universities and Medicare for all.
Yeah.
So that's so okay. Well, if that's what you're campaigning on.
Yeah, he came in here. Yeah. He came to the studio. We talked it out, and no, he's running as a progressive. Look, all I care about is policy. So look, one part of the jury has definitely come in. The rest of we're going to see tonight. So there's a question about, is it better to run a progressive populist or one of these corporate Dems, the profile we just laid out for you guys in red districts? We argue better to run as a populist like as Ojeda has done, and whether he wins or loses tonight, he closed a 49-point lead. That is near miraculous, right? Kara Eastman, wonderful job in Nebraska. I can go on and on. We think it's way better to do that in red districts, but we're gonna find out. But in blue districts, they had no case to begin with. They said, no, even in the blue districts, we should have really corporate Democrats. Why? That makes no sense at all. In blue districts, we should have really progressive congressmen and representatives.
Like in the race that The Intercept reported on that had the audio of Steny Hoyer pressuring the more progressive candidate to get out to make way for Jason Crow, a former Army Ranger, law firm partner. And it's a district. Mike Kaufman I think it's his second term, but Mike Kaufman has scrambled. Like all he does is flip flop, and he's like, I'm totally against Trump. I got to stand with Trump. He's my guy, but not all the time, right? And but Hillary Clinton won that district by 9 points.
Oh, why are you flip flopping on Trump? Hillary won the district by 9. Any old blue just won't do. It should have been Greg Edwards. Anyway, so bottom line is, right now, based on their wins already, the jury's in on blue districts. Blue districts are gonna go to real progressives that are uncorrupted, whether the establishment likes it or they don't. It has begun. That wave against the Democratic establishment is here. It's already on shore. So, and there's pretty much nothing they can do to stop it. So I love that. That is mission accomplished. Now we move on to red districts. Like what you see? Click the subscribe button below and don't forget to ring the bell to never miss another video from the Young Turks.